Welcome back, folks. We're busy. We have always said in the world of club rugby that the best conversations happen when the microphone is off. And historically, they probably happen in a parking lot somewhere in, well, I've stood in many parking lots. Renzo Botman, welcome back, meneer.
Thanks, Japes. Thanks for having me. Third week in a row now.
Right, Renzo, we have a massive problem. Morgan Newman has been diagnosed with what we're not sure, plantar fasciitis or peroneal tendonitis. But this comes from repeated, probably rugby exercise. Would you agree?
Before I say anything, Japes, I just want to say, if there's anyone who wants to help Morgan.
I knew there was a reason I came with the show
100%
today.
right.
I knew it.
You can we will take videos of Morgan Newman screaming in pain while he's having shock therapy or strapping. But Morgs, let's just talk about that for a sec, because I actually want to bring Renz into this as well. You were talking earlier on about, and Dylan as well, you were talking earlier on about the coaching side of things and the guys on the side of the field and people giving input, which I think that in today's world of sport is common practice, because rugby guys will draw information from swimming guys will draw information from athletics guys. But the new coaching element that has really come into the picture is having strength and conditioning coaches dedicated to rugby now.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that was one of my first appointments. When they said to me, come on board as the first head coach of the Kraaifontein side, I said to them, no problem coming on board, but like strength and conditioning is, bar none, is probably your most important member of your coaching or your sort of, your coaching squad, because we need to have players. With the way the game's evolved, the tackle laws, the game's a lot quicker now. There's a lot, ball in play is a lot longer. Yeah. So we need guys to be fit, strong, elusive, flexible, and all those kind of things. And strength and conditioning coaches are so important. Yeah. And so we were very fortunate. We have a gentleman by the name of Cruz that's come on board with us. He's worked wonders with the side so far. I mean, False Bay, I think, were probably of the first teams to really go out and show us how it's done properly. Yeah. They've got a Monday exclusive to their CrossFit days, where they do CrossFit type exercises.
All right, before you give us the whole rundown, we're going to have to bring Renzo Botman into this.
Okay, bring Renzo in.
Okay, so Renzo, I think the question that I've got for you is, has Morgan Newman hit the gold mine now? He's moved to Kraaifontein, where he has probably the biggest catchment area, the biggest derby areas, Hands and Hearts, Scottsdene, Kraaifontein, all these clubs are on the door. Is Kraaifontein the next big thing?
Sure. I think that's a true statement, James. Because looking at Kraaifontein, he's got 5 high schools there around him. Then he's got, like you said, he's got Hands and Hearts, Scottsdene, Funnerstel. You've got even Durbal around the corner, Brackenfell around the corner. So I think, looking at talent, I think Morg's got probably the biggest pool of everyone around Western Province Rugby.
Yeah, because if we draw a sort of a correlation of a club that also showed a similar pattern, Goodwood Rugby Football Club. Goodwood was going through the doldrums a little bit, pulled it together, and capitalized on all of the strengths that they needed. They brought back the old boys. They started drawing on local schools. They've got their partners and sponsors on board. It just goes to an NTK, similar pattern. It's almost like there's a couple of boxes that you tick, and the club is on fire.
Yeah, I think with NTK and Goodwood, I think they're sparring to get players at the clubs at the moment. But I think you're right. With Goodwood and Shannon, then they are doing a very good job. Yeah. Getting everyone involved. I was there at the club as well for a season, and I think what Vince and them are doing,
And Dylan, well. if we look at it from a False Bay point of view, you guys have had the recipe right for a long time, and we've spoken about False Bay being, call it a role model for clubs over the years. At times when you could easily have said, it's not working, everything is going against us, but you kept plugging away on not just making sure, you made sure the facility is working, you're getting partners on board, you get all your different structures on board. All the boxes been ticked at False Bay for a while now.
Yeah, I think also a massive thing on the rugby scene and club scene as well is to get your culture right. Your culture being part of a team where you need the right individuals at the right places is a massive thing, and it's a big thing that we drive at False Bay, and we since I've been there. I mean, I've been there since 2016, and the culture there has always been a massive driving point to get everyone in the right places down. I mean, and that's where you win leagues. I mean, a team like Durban, who got their culture right, ended up winning the league. And a team like Hamilton's last year, all the cultures and everything became right, built a massive team around it.
And there was a time that we had Graham Snoopy, on the show with us, and he used to say that you guys have got too much kiss. You actually have to give it away.
Yeah, we you enjoy a good beer in the clubhouse afterwards, which is massive. I mean, you start to know new people and get new people down, and to try a massive thing to kind of learn everyone's names. All the new guys, you give yourselves a little bit of a target in 1 or 2 weeks since they've been there to actually learn all the new guys' names, invite them for a beer, and a lot of places actually don't do something like that. So if you go out of your way to do it, they feel welcome and want to stay. So it's a big thing.
Do you think, yes, maybe, Morgs, if one looks at it at the end of the day, that's probably the most important thing?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I mean, I was very fortunate also to, in a very short stint, be involved at Falls Bay. And I mean, from day one, I'd come from direct opposition, being Hamilton's, and I got welcomed with open arms. I mean, literally, you know, Dylan, he talks about it and he harps on it a lot, but like, culture is the heart of your club. Yes, Falls Bay over the last maybe 2 or 3 years went through a bit of a dip. You know, had some coaching changes. Obviously, John was there for years. You know, left, and with him, a couple of players may have gone. But one thing that their core and their culture always remained the same. Even when they were losing rugby matches, they were still the club that if you go down there post-match, whether they've lost or won, you know, the same guys the same core group will always be in the bar afterwards. You know, on a Tuesday night, I think it is, or whatever it is, or Thursday night, these guys have jersey handout. The players stick around for a jersey handout. It's still a privilege to play for that club. And that's something that I, without a doubt, am taking to Kraaifontein, you know, trying to change the culture to be all-inclusive, whether you play for the, you know, James, we've spoken about this for the last 15 years, we've spoken about it. Like, realistically, yes, I want to win rugby matches, don't get me wrong. But do the results really matter? Like, you know, or is it a place where I know I can go down, I can go down to Kraaifontein on a Tuesday night, there's going to be Lekker Oaks practicing rugby, the bar's going to be open, I can go have a little chat, go have a coffee, go have a dinner, whatever it may be.
What keeps the sponsors involved is if you bring in the fans.
Exactly. You've got a captivated audience, and people come down there for the love of the game. Obviously, you want to win rugby matches, don't get me wrong, I'm not the one to say that I don't want to win rugby matches, but within that, for me, the culture of the club is where you will actually win.
So, Renz, if we look at some of the clubs like that we've seen already making a noise, and we talk about Collegians, we talk about Rocklands, we talk about, you know, typical clubs that they bring the fans, hands and hearts. I mean, the list goes on of, you know, clubs that are in Western Province. They've managed to really get that part right, is making sure that their home supporters are truly loyal home supporters, and they get down there on every Saturday as the Saturday afternoon entertainment experience.
Exactly, Jobs. I think Morgs, he mentioned it earlier, on practice evenings, there's spectators along the field, you know, and that makes it, for them, for the players, it makes them want to be there. Obviously, you keep the club open for your spectators, having your prize, just making it fun, man.
How do you, though, keep giving your wife excuses of why you're not at home, Renz?
Sorry, James.
Am I right, though?
Well, James, you know.
No, guys. We're staying with Renzo here.
Oh, he doesn't want to.
Sure.
Oh, is he? Okay.
I'm not sure.
No. My wife, she's a lover of rugby.
No, but I mean in general, because you have to make excuses, whether it's your girlfriend or your boyfriend, as to why you're always at the club. Okay, not in your case.
Can we move on to
no answer from Renzo.
All right, folks, we are going to carry on with this conversation after the break. We've got Morgan Newman in studio with us, Dylan Freiling from Falls Bay Rugby Club, Renzo Botman, Cape Rugby TV, Club Rugby aficionado. We're having the best of conversations here, all about Western Province Club Rugby, and that's the one thing that actually unites everybody, is you're all walking in the same shoes. You're all part of Western Province Club Rugby. All right, don't forget, of course, you can win yourself a case of Score energy drinks. That's going to come up after the break, where we give you an opportunity to spot the team. And that competition runs every week on our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/Cape Rugby TV. And, of course, don't forget, of course, Cybersmart on board with Cape Rugby TV. www.cybersmart.co.za. We'll be back in a sec. Don't go away.